Okay, hello everyone. My name is Nyukti Sharma, and today we all are here to discuss about the statement of co-founder of Infosys, that is Narayan Murthy. He is generally known for his work ethics and his importance views on importance of hard work. So his statement was that to increase the economy of our country, the youngsters have to work at least 70 hours per week. That is at least 10 to 12 hours per day. So if we compare the state, actually the Narayan Murthy comparing his statement with developed countries, that is China, in Japan, USA, and other countries. In that countries, working hours are just similar, like 40 to 44 hours per week, and like in China. People work 44 hours per week in a week actually. Now I would like others to please give your views.
So, as he said that Narayan Murthy's statement that our youth should work 17 hours a week for growing the economy of our India. And I am completely disagree with this point because it's practically impossible to work 17 hours because if a person work for 10 to 12 hours, then their productivity decrease by 2.5% daily. And apart from that, everyone have their personal life and their family, and our youth is already doing very hard work to make their family stabilize and having a good life, like some of the person doing moonlighting for their stabilizing their family. But if a person doing 10 to 12 hours work, then what's the point of having a stabilized family when you don't have a time to spend with them? Suppose if a person going for a job and his job timing is 8 to 6 p.m., and he in the next morning he must wake up at 6 a.m., and if we calculate from 6 to 6, then it's converted into 12 hours job. And when he came back from his job to home, then he feel more exhausted and tired, and after that he takes shower and have food. After having dinner, he do the leftover work of his office, and he directly fall into sleep after that. So in this busy schedule, if a person don't have a time to spend with his family, then who's going to spend the time with his family? Infosys employee will come, or who will come? So it's not possible. And now I would like to invite other also to say something.
My name is Adman Singh. In my opinion, if we do extra work, then our experience is gain and skill also development, and our network is increases with we meet colleagues and other persons. But also company provide us perks. We do extra work that time.
So, hello everyone, my name is Badal Kumar. So I totally disagree with the statement because if the employee of a person of an organization work at least 12 hour, so it will as Shashank said that it will decrease the productivity. It will decrease the productivity and affect the mental health of a employee because if a person work whole the day and after that he have to travel and 8 hours sleep, so it will affect the whole life of a person, and the person have their family and the personal life. So and if we talk about the women have to work, and they have the household work and sleep, and there are lots of work of the women, so it can't be possible in the practical life.
So, hello everyone. Actually, Narain Murthy said that Indian youth must do work in a week for 70 hours. So I think it's good because more of the youth are distracted their works. Not they are not doing their work perfectly. Actually, and we can say first reason it can be done like we can develop our skills, and more of the person do work online in this era, so they can easily survive and they can easily do work.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Mohit. So, on the statement of So Narain Murthy. I also disagree on that point. I am just assuming that maybe he was saying on the basis of data that is a company provided every year, which is revenue per employee, which is generating company. Revenue per employee means how much company generating revenue from per employee. So which is declining year to year in 5 years. In 5 years, in HCL, it is decreased by 11%. So if a company revenue is decreasing, then they can't hire more people to work there. And if companies have more profitable, then company can also uh, pay more to the employees, so he can feel motivated or other. Maybe this is the point. But if we talk about the 70 hours a week, then we have to, if a person have a 5 working days in a week, so he have to take more than 13 hours for the more than 13 hours per day. Okay, if we consider 6 day working hour, then it 12 hours per day, something around that. So how is it possible that in 24 hours that 12 hours gone for the company? In metropolitan cities, traveling also there, so it is also then, 2 hours for traveling. Okay, then 14 hours and 8 hours of sleep, doctor recommend that. So and left time for daily routine, then there is no time for refreshing their employees. So how productive will productively increase the employee? Because we are talking about professional, we are not talking about daily wage workers. So we have to give rest to the mind, so he can again next day he can do the same thing. We can we can think over for a short term. If we are thinking about if it, let's take an example of Flipkart having a big Billionaire Day sale. So on that time, Flipkart employees work for more than 12 hours, 14 hours even. Delivery boys, you can take example. So we can do this thing for short time, but we have to run long. It is a long race, so we can't do that things. Thank you.
So good morning, everyone. And I'm not support for Narayan Murthy because he says that 17 hours per week, and he don't say mainly benefit of company, company owners, company chairmen, and he is don't worker. He don't worker benefits. So Narayan Murthy. So the Narayan Murthy don't say of this statement, and he is a effect of mentally and physically and mainly two countries has allowed on this work. This country's name is Germany and Japan, I think. And he don't say what's effect of this company employment. His company employment is a depression of his mind. He is depression of his mind, and he is what can do of his, and to spend time of his family. So in this my point.
As you say, as she say, we do online work. For that, so we work from home, then we also spend with time families, and we can take rest for an hours. And as you say, for delivery boys, we can increase number of delivery boys, then we can do 12-hour job in a day.
Uh, as Nisha said, it's a good thing for that it really helps in increase the economy of India. But if we compare the globally, then there's no one country is there who is forcing their youth to work more than 52 hours. The highest working hour is 52 hours. That is in UAE. And then why should our country force our youth to work that much hours? And Badal said that women are not supporting. See, wives have a different problem, they have a child, but our youth girls are not supporting. That's the problem. Because if you see through the data from 2005 to 2021, in 2005 32% girls women are going for a job, but in 2021 only 19% girls or women are supporting in this field, because they don't feel safe. And secure in front of the society. They don't really like to go outside their houses, but they feel safe in front of the camera while wearing short dresses, making a video and uploading that video on Instagram. So girls should participate in that field also. And as he said that if we increase the, like a person doing moonlighting, like delivery boy job, it will increase the working hours. See, our youth is already doing that much hard work. Like person, the delivery boy job is a secondary job. He do because of the increase the incentive to make their family wealthy. That now I would like to invite other also.
According to a survey, and in China, there is a very workload on the youngster. So because of that, the heart the rate of heart attack is increasing day by day, and the in last survey, the rate of the number of heart attack is 65 lakh. So it will increasing day by day, and in India it is also increasing because of the workload. And in India, uh, the y- uh, the youngster is working at least 55 hours a week. So it is a very high it is very high time. And if we compare to the globally countries, so it is very high, because most of the developed countries are work they most of the working developed countries are working at only 40 to 45 hours a week. So it is, so I don't think so it is very good work. And if we really want to uh, if if we really want to increase the economy of India, so we can do another thing, like there are lots of unemployed youngsters in India. So we can give them we can give them employment. So it will increase the economy, and we can focus on the we, entrepreneurship. And if a person start their own startup and entrepreneurship, so there are very restriction. They have to charge a lot of money. They have to charge a lot of money, and they have many restriction, like सर क्या बोलते हैं उसे, मतलब ऐसे कोई स्टार्ट करते हैं कुछ नहीं, स्टार्ट तो मतलब बहुत सारे रेस्ट्रिक्शन होते हैं, तो red tapes. So there are lots of red tapes in starting a new startup. So they hesitate. So government should reduce these types of red tapes, so a youngster can increasing the new startup. So it will increase the economy also.
Actually, we have to focus not on hours, we have to focus on productivity. Yeah, how employees working the productivity to the company, then if company make profit, then nation also at the end get developed. So to increase the productivity, we have to make a work culture, we have to make a healthy work culture in the company. So by making uh, that employee can feel the sense of belongingness to the company, he can add value addition to the company, he feels like that company is mine. But he has to work, then productivity increase. And that I give an example that Ola company, whose co-founder Bhavesh Agarwal said that our grandfather gave freedom, and our parents gave food, shelter, and so we have to work, so we can. It's our responsibility, youth responsibility. So nation get developed. So I don't think that arts is the only thing. We have to focus on productivity. Okay. But Ashni Grover, the ex co-founder of Bharat Pay, he said that employees, for making a healthy work culture in company.
Yes, I support the point of Mohit, that he said कि work hours doesn't matter in the quality productivity. Actually, even developed countries are working 8 hours per day. that is 44 hours per week. I said firstly, they are working uh, actually less time, as our Narayan Murthy said, 70 hours per week and 10 to 12 hours per day. And even China is doing that, and we are using their products also, and they are very effective also. So why should we have to work for that time, as a particular time, the 10 to 12 hours? Because that is very hectic for our health problems, that is very hectic for our family and social interactions. Actually, when we work for 10 to 12 hours a day, we cannot interact with our family, which is very helpful for meditating or for generally relaxing for our mind. We just interacting socially with our friends and family, it actually helps to cure our mental health. So it is very uh, disagreeing point of Narayan Murthy, that is to working 10 to 12 hours per day is like a person cannot even make time for his other activities. Like we use Instagram and other social networking sites, we use them for just for making our mind relax, and or we see other things like any interesting things, like someone watches comedy videos, someone watches movies and all. So it just makes our mind relax. But if we work for 12 hours, we cannot make time for these things. And as Mohit said, that if we get, if a person thinks that this company is mine, or the company makes time for me, then the person will do the work effectively. But that is very difficult in our country. We cannot even get time for lunches and all. I think we can even watch in our private companies, we cannot get enough time for our basic activities. So I think we can say, if a person provide us effective time for our like, as I said, China work for 8 hours. So we can divide the time of that, no, we cannot work 10 to 12 hours per day. So we can divide the time, and we can give a person their time to relax and then work after that. So it can help and give a quality product for them, I think.
We are talking about that youngsters should work 12 hours a day. Actually, if we focus on the 8 hours, then no one can work 8 hours continuously. So there are many types of lunch and between. So and there in every most of the companies and organization, there are many types of uh, sports and extracurricular activities, so they can refresh their mind. And most of the IT companies work in only 4 days, 4 to 5 days, and 2 days are leave. So and if we work like 12 hours a day, so it will decrease the efficiency and quality of the product and service also. And if if we want to if we really want to increase the productivity and quality, then we have to motivate the employee. And it doesn't mean we have to increase the working hours. So we can motivate the employees and make them feel like a self belonging, so they can work like the organization is their own. So it is my point of view.
I also agree from you and your both. Yeah, as Niyukti said that arts is not important. So if we talk about Europe Union, there are already have 37 hours, 37 and a half approx hours per week of working hours. But they are planning to decreasing the number of days in a week. That already they have five working days. They are planning to be make it 4.5 per week. So I don't know why he saying this. Maybe that point that I have mentioned before, that revenue per employee is decreasing only for that. But for the productivity, as he said, So productivity, Asnir Grover has given an example that for example, Asnir Grover said that if you have if you have 10 working hours shift and you have to do that much work, so if you can complete it in 2 to 3 hours, that's your problem. And if you have completed that work in 12 hours or 14 hours, that's your issue. Then you will be free. So if it's then it increase productivity of the employee. He try to do the things in less work. So he started exploring other things, so he can take less time to that work. Then he will be free. It is also we can use this for increasing productivity.
uh, if the 12 hours work will start in India, then it will increase the depression rate in India in youngster. And as we all know that India's depression rate is increasing day by day, then it can take the youngster on the boost of the depression. And the second point is in India there are lots of talent. And if the workload is high in India, then the talented person will starting brain drain. And they started go to the other countries where the workload is less less than India. So it will increase, it will increase if the 12 hours day or the 70 hours per week will start. So it will decrease the economy of the country. So we should focus on that point also. So anyone else?
It is depend on the our mindset and interest. As we prepare for NEET, JE and UPSC and SSC, then student studied for 18 17 to 18 hours. Then he get job, they get job. So we can do work for 12 hour in a day. It depends upon our interest.
As you said, it depends on our interest. Yeah, actually, when the work is of our interest, the work plus working hours flexibility, 2 points are major. Working hours flexibility means if a work is completed in 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, then it can or he or she can take leave or go back to his or her home. It is not necessary to stay for 12 hours per day for office hours, or for not doing anything, just to stay there. This is not a clear thing. I think flexibility of working hours, and second thing he said interest. Working as our of our interest makes our work actually quality, gives our quality work actually. I just want to clear my point. If we have an interest, as he said, when we prepare for some exam which is of our interest, our subject, our everything which is of our interest, then we study for long hours, we sit long hours. Then if we work for of our interest, we can give quality products, we can actually work efficiently, we can give the work more effectively. And secondly, when the both things actually add up, flexibility of working hours and interest, then the productivity can be increased. This is my point.
So, if we increase, there is no increase the working hours is not going to help anywhere, because if we talk about the India, then India's economy is not growing, because India have, we all know that how diversified India is, from religions to caste to language. So because of that, people should fight each other on the religions, like on the basis of temple, on the basis of their caste systems. So if we want to really grow, then first we have to be united, and after that, we all know that India is lacking of low infrastructure, low irrigation property. So because of that, India's economy is not growing. So we should focus on that thing, not increasing our working hours and make our youth more stressed and depression.
So, as he said, that student are studying for 12 hours and 14 hours, but we have to take a length of race. Student, how much time you will be a student? 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years. More than that, no. But if a employee is working, then he has to work for 20 years, 30, 25 years. So how he will get to 14 hours or 12 hours, sorry, 12 hours a day? It is not practical. So if you are that Nyukti said interest. So to make it interesting, and if an employer has to be mandatory that 12 hours a day you have to sit over the desk, then he is physically available for 12 hours, but on mental ability will not available there. So it is mentally disturbed. So that's why.
In my opinion, if we do not do hard work, then as a farmer do work their field for 12 hours, then how you get food for their livelihood?
Actually, farmer is not okay. He is not graining all the time. He is just sitting there and watching the field. He can he has some equipment they can do one time. Then irrigation system and other, so he can do with the machines. And only he has to sit there and watching the field of what is growing, and he is not doing that productiveness that professionals are doing. So there is no need of refreshment and anything. So
As my colleague said that like farmers, so we are talking about the professional professions. So uh, the farmers are work like a labor, and the professions work like in the organizations and professionally. So we professions should work in a smarter way, and they do not work like a labor and a hard work. They always work they always work smarter and smart way, and they always try to work in a way that that can less time consuming, and
Like all said that productivity is important, not time is important, like hours are not important. I think if you have own startup, then you have to work hard, then you have to spare time for your startup, not your family. But it's not I'm not talking about we can't spare time for our family. We have to spare time for our family in some cases, but not full of the time, because we have own startup. Then we have to motivate, we have to make motivate others, you have to you can understand it's your own in startup, not not my startups. And if you work hard, and like if you work in a proper way, then you can see then you can see ahead, then our company is going to be um, in a top level. And if you consider we are the owner of this company, every person consider this, we are the owner of this company, then every person do work proper can work properly.
as she say as she say, if we do study, then we have interest and get job, then also we have interest, then we get job also. And Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam also work for in a day 12 to 13 hours, and they get sleep for 5 hours only.
As he said that if we study hard and then we will get the jobs, then so this is the major reason why India's economy is not growing, because we all know very aware about the our education system. In our system there is no education. Our teachers are just preparing the laborers, not the leaders who can uh, who can develop a company and be a part of the economy. Yeah.
We all know that foreigner countries' GDP is good after World War III. But you don't say that what is the effect of mental effect and physical effect of employment. In last week, I think 2,000 worker has died of this work, and he is only focused mentally works or any work. If you are works and computers, so you don't think of anything you can do, and he is a mostly bad effect of your mindset and affect your eyes. So it's a not good in my think.
There is a data of in 2016 that due to a brain hemorrhage and stroke, number of people died is more than 8 lakh a year in 2016. So we can't take 12 hours a day. As my colleague said that startups, if you think like a startup, then I'm considering that startup is a short term race, and if he then he become a big giant company, then it will not for a even CEOs for working for that much hours. If you're talking about CEOs, then in 10 hours there is a data. In 10 year, the CEO's salary is increased by 1500%. If he has a in 2010, if he has a 1 crore per year of package of CEO, then now it becomes a 15 crore. Or if you're talking about employees low is level 1 employees, then yeah, that is just increased by 50% in 10 years. So how employee can add their value addition to the company?
As he said, teacher preparing labor, not leader. If we don't know about our geographical region, how to survive in that regions, and how to become an officer, then then officer, army and IAS, then you
That's
get
what
know
I'm
about their.
saying. Teachers are preparing just a labor because they never teach you how to build a business. They never teach you how to build a business. They just teach you how to survive in this world. According to this is all about.
He said education system, about education system. Actually, education system based on exam based syllabus. Teacher just prepare the student for exams, and student just learn the topic and just give their output to the exam. After this, nothing, no syllabus is used for other things, and nothing is used for in our future. uh, Student just copy the particular thing and paste in his exam. That is the whole thing in our education system. And secondly, I would like to mention the points about health problems. In the particular working hours, many of the individuals facing the problems of strokes and brain hemorrhage, heart attacks, that is karoshi, is a disease actually which uh, makes a major issue of heart attacks and all, which actually increased by working hours, increased working hours, and generally seen in the people who are working, the individual who had to do the work very low. So we the point of Narayan Murthy, that we have to work for 70 hours per week, is not so effective. uh, as he compared from developed countries, even developed countries are working less hours and are there implementing, trying to implementing the things as he mentioned, that European unions are lessing the hours of working, like 4.5 days per week. They are implementing the policy, and from that I think they will get a quality productivity from those things. So I think this whole statement will not be effective.
Yeah, yeah, even WHO also recommend that employees should work has less work for a week. He gave a data that if employees working for 55 working hours a week compared to the 35 working hours a week, then 55 hours employee has 35% more risk of heart attack. So then we ask that how youth is getting heart attack. So it is the point.
So we have a very nice discussion. Now I would like to conclude the topic. So we know that we have a right to speak and freedom to speak, but it doesn't mean that we going to speak illogical things. We really want to increase the economy, then we should guide our students to what we really have to do and how to be the part of our economy. Like if we stop the corruption in our India and youth should participate in politics, then it might be the help for economy.
I want to add one point that maybe will increase the economy. Like in an organization, uh, employee should work like in any organization. Employee should work like overtime, and they should have get and they should have get extra income. So and employer should not force on the employee that they have to work on organization, and they have to they will have to work in the organization, and employer should not force them to work. If a person really want to work and earn extra money, then they can work in the, it will increase the economy, and it will do not it will not affect on the employee and their mental health. So it is my point.
In my opinion, hard work is also necessary with smart work for increasing economy and their works.